I'd say it wouldn't be surprising in the next 5 years. 5 to 10 years, I wouldn't be surprised if something really had to change. Not that it would go, they just like had to change dramatically. Like,
Yeah.
Like let's pivot. Like, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
What can we still do? What should we focus on? Because right now they're still operating as they're claiming because they were and they are, but they're claiming a more general education of like multiple fields. And I'm noticing that that's I don't know how much you can claim that with some of the categories you have. It's just like really you're like barely. I can barely get I can barely get a major in certain things adequately. Like I guess I'd have to like be willing to go part-time, quarter-time sometimes because the classes aren't being offered.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm a little bit struggling because I can only take Nikita's course, the Gen 3. There's no way I can't take any. There's no other course that aligns with that schedule. So now I have to go way outside. I'm doing
Your
art.
electives.
I'm doing intro to illustration. I'm trying to get Ms. Smith to get back to me about the figure drawing and painting because she has all three, one, 2, and 3 at the same time, same day.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there's a mistake there, and I'm hoping that one of them would be earlier or later than Nikita's class.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm literally at the point where it's not even like, I'm at the point where there's like 0 classes that I can take to fill in my schedule.
Yeah.
Everything's Tuesday, Thursday. I'm like, no, I can't do 5 days a week. Obviously, that's my restriction specifically, but I don't think it's unreasonable to expect the school to have at least, I think it's unreasonable for a school to be like, oh, well, you should be going 5 days a week, even if 2 of the days are only for an hour. It's like, I literally can't work. That's not how working works.
Right. Yeah. It's gotten to the point where it's there's one who's about to finish, and she is graduating in the spring. They did away with her program. So there's some program to get, if you had done 30, 60 hours, they would pay for you to finish or half cover you to finish. So
Yeah.
she was in that, and then all of a sudden when they went to the zero balance, at least by this fall, she barely squeaked by. Now she's saying she can't register at all because like they've done away with that money. She only has this last semester, and then she can finish.
She has the money.
She doesn't have the money, and it's, in my opinion, kind of sad to do them like that.
You think there'd be like a budget fund because they have all these different types of scholarships. You think there'd be one that was like, I mean, dude, you're like one step to home. Yes, let's pay for that last person's scholarship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's pay for their one last, what is it? Maybe $2,000. Like,
Yeah, that's what.
Pay for.
And so I told her to come in person, and I try to figure it out because everything electronic again is kind of weird and monitored, I'm sure. So I'm like, just come in and we'll try to go work at registrar if I bring them over there and go. Something's got to give. Actually,
yeah, I can't imagine. I mean,
we were given $5,000 2 years ago as the social work department to help people in this almost exact situation, and that has vanished. So
when they're like at the end
and need a scholarship or something. There's
Yeah.
so many that finish with 2, 3, 4 classes. My wife is one of them. She has 3 classes left. Ours is a different reason, is we have too many kids, but like just the ability to just focus and finish. And there's so many people with 90% of a college degree.
I know. The girl I'm talking to now, she's like, I'm only had like 3 classes away from
Right.
getting her photography degree. And she's like, she dropped out because she realized she wasn't using her degree.
Yeah.
She basically worked the same with me, but different. She was already in the field. She realized she looked around and was like, I'm doing the job that my degree pays for. And she did that instead. She was like, I'm not paying anymore. I'm going to drop out. She had a kid, started raising the kid. And then she's just been putting it off. And she's like, I spent 5 years. She's like, I should just finish it. She's like, I got like
so
2
the
classes.
kid's only 5 or 4, I guess.
She could do, we were talking about like, it'll probably be something that when we, all things go well, by the time I graduate, I'll be with her. We'll figure something out, whatever, moving in together, getting married, whatever that is. And and then I haven't said it to her, but then I'm gonna be like, hey, you have time, go to school, I'll help you.
Right.
Like, I'll be there, go to school, finish your degree, like, just for the heck of it, why not? Even if you never use it, who cares? Because she's in childcare now.
Yeah.
And it's not, she can't use it for that, but she might as well. She's got a photography.
It does help her finish, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It just shows organization, completion. I mean, my mom always says that, and that's with my wife finishing. It's 3 classes. She has psych measures, research. She's already done stats even. I think she pulled a C, and then there's like whatever their senior seminar is. So our biggest hoop to jump through was also $3,000. We had to just cough that up. So that's now taken care of, and she could register next semester. But it's people are just spread so thin. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. Sometimes too, it's good to have that, just because who knows, when there could be an opportunity to move up in whatever position you are that's even unrelated, and they could be like, well, the one thing we require is a bachelor's of some kind. Because there are jobs like that. Like it's not has nothing to do with the actual expertise of the bachelor's. They're just like, well, we don't really like to have people in this management spot unless they have some kind of bachelor's, whether it's arts, whether it's anything really.
Right. Yeah. Well, and then inflation has gotten to the point. It's very hard. Like my wife wants to volunteer tomorrow. I have 3 clients in the morning on Wednesdays. I told her it's in our best interest not to do that. She's like, you could just talk to them remote. I'm like, a lot of people don't want remote. Like I see FBI agents. I see people that really don't trust the phone or electronic things.
For sure, yeah. And it's just not the same, man.
It's not.
The energy that comes from the body language and the actual connection here, it's not just woo-hoo. It's a real thing that's happening. And that's like part of the inoculation. That's the whole point of counseling. It's not even the words that are said, the conclusion. It's just sitting there.
It is. And she's like, oh, you just do it on the phone and you still get paid. And I'm like, no. I hate to be in, and I know that she's burnt out and has been home with kids 5 years in a row, and it is challenging. It's like we also spend more than I take in, so it's like, all right, what gives?
Yeah, I just realized that too with me. I was like, I gotta start picking up an extra day. It's already kind of pushing it, but I was like, I'm also noticing my money is depleting.
Yeah,
I'm replenishing, and I'm like, oh no.
Right. Yeah, that's
life, right? That's the big part of it.
It really is.
It's crazy. 125,000. That's what I just recently learned, is that it's on average in order to own a home now. It used to be 75,000, and now it's up to 125,000 just to stay afloat without going under.
You need to make that much each
At
year.
least 125,000 a year to even buy some of the lowest end homes, right? And that's crazy expensive. That's way too much to require. Like that's not even like the average blue collar salary.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're at 90, you're doing good. You know what I mean? But it used to be 75,000, which is still a good amount. But if that's reasonable for a homeowner,
right?
125, well, almost twice as much.
And that's so. Doing a budget group, say you do a budget group, and this was what I think that so mine is, that's the budget for our grant. That would be great, because that's so they give you a budget tracker. I think that it had our housing that's like gas, electric, water. That was 3,180. So that's dumb. Transportation is the car plus gas, so that was 645. I think the 240 it's called childcare, but I'm paying for the kids' preschool. Government doesn't cover that; they only cover kindergarten. And then groceries we had 1,000, but I noticed last month that was way up. And then the phone. Is there a way you can they add these for you? You got to hit like sum of or something.
Yeah, I have a whole program that's like that.
See, there it is. I think it's just sum of. Okay, so 5165. And that's after you pay your taxes, your pension, your retirement. I generally take in like 4,100 here. Therefore, I go to the private practice. That adds 1,000. That gets us just to even. And then I have hospice. So what we saw was we have about 1,700, but 1,000 of that goes to groceries. So then you only have 700 to screw around with, and per week that's less than 190 a week. And I think she wants to live like every normal American, the way we did in the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. But we're finding that we can't. It's like, I'm like, we're over budget. She's like, oh, because I'm a big spender. And it's
like food now, even
it's
fluctuating so much. Like I basically have to like I have a little bit. I have like $200 a month that it's just for stuff. I'm like, I can go on dates, I can do what I want with it.
That's
and
good.
The rest of it's bills, savings, loan.
Yes. So 50 a week, right? It's 50 a week, and that could be
$50 a week.
Could be gas if you're driving up to Columbus, probably.
it is 2 out of the 200. A lot of that's gas. Yeah.
Right.
It's probably only like $30, which is great because my car's good. Like even 4 times a month, I'd say it's only about 30 to 40, maybe $50 to go there and back.
Okay.
So I am driving up there a lot, which is why next year I'm already looking for places because I'm going to move closer to her.
Right. Yeah. That way, you're not. Oh, my adoptions have been split.
Yeah, it's only an extra $150 to do that. If I did it even to other places, I'm almost spending that in gas anyway. So I just figured the logic there. I was like, well, you might as well, man.
Yeah. So then the emergency that came up today. This was after. So I see 5 clients at night. Her phone got so hot she couldn't touch it, and I'm like, okay.
Whoa.
She ordered this one. I noticed that we can actually, this is the one that she had, and you can buy an insurance that now they're offering. She's like, I thought the insurance was a joke. I'm like, no, I've used it before. So it's this, where is that? It says, oh, I bought the multi-device protection plan. So that's actually for all of our crap now. And I said, if you could please use this one, which was $297 instead of the other one that was $700. Yeah. And it's like articulating with nonviolent communication. Yes, it sucks. We have kids. Yeah. Life is hard. I've got no response because she's typing her messages. Her phone is fried. But if the insurance works on this guy and say we send this back and then send the old one.
Oh, her 16 was on that overheated?
This one overheated, and so I bought the exact same one. She wanted to get up to here, and I'm like, no, I still have an 11. So if we just buy insurance, if you're willing to work with it, it's dumb. But last night I was asked, do we have 150 for Christmas pictures? I'm like, no.
We're struggling.
But when we do this, and I never thought it would be this way in America. But
it's good, and that's why as much as I'm actually kind of I know this is a controversial. I'm kind of against. I was originally and still am kind of against it. Just the personality of Trump. He's just a weirdo. He's just a gross kind of person.
Right. But understand
digging into it. Some of the stuff that he's been doing may not be great.
It might turn us around,
but it might actually help a little bit.
I know.
So if we gotta beat a couple of my brother's the most liberal person ever, and even he messaged me out. Because of how bad the protests and riots are out there. Yeah. He messaged me for the first time in a while and said, I'm scared. And
wow. In Oregon.
He's in Portland, Oregon.
Oregon.
And so because they're the ground zero for the most intense extreme left-wing
stuff. Was he born out there?
No, he moved out there after I moved
out there. So you both just moved there from Ohio?
He kind of followed me along with, I followed Gabby, and then he followed me because he heard how cool it was. And we've always kind of been artists and stuff, so it appealed to us in that way.
And your mom was out there too.
My mom stayed out there for 2 years because she followed us too, because all our kids all of a sudden are out there.
And then she met your dad out there.
No, Josh came with her. She was already with Josh.
So she was with Josh.
They were with Josh for a long time.
In Ohio.
For many years. Like I said, since my sister was 6. So they've been together for a long time.
I always thought he was a West Coaster, but it's just because they moved out.
They moved out there for 2 years,
okay.
and then realized they were, because basically Aaron stopped talking to everybody, Gabby stopped talking to everybody, and then I was the only one left. It was just me and my mom, and she was like, "I'm going to go back to Jesse and Sissy and all that because our family was out here."
Yeah,
but if that's not an example of no matter how much you would like the ideas on one side and all this stuff, there is a point where something can go too far.
Yeah,
and we get to the point where it's no matter how because this isn't a permission for social injustice, but no matter how much we should fix that, there is such thing as there's other things that are just as important, if not more. Right. So it's like we can do that, but we can't do that at the expense of everything.
Right. Yeah. They take control of all of the above, including BlackRock owning the housing and then renting it back to us, and you don't have $50 a week to go out with anymore.
No, it's like, and that's the idea of let's just pour all the money into everybody who needs help. Let's just completely change policies and make sanctions on companies that tax them so much that then they tax us, right? Because that's how it works. You tax a company, we pay more for it. It's not the company that pays for it,
right?
The problem is we need their products, not we want them, right? Mm-hmm. We absolutely need the majority of the products that are actually. So it's this idea that for the green movement we should tax all these companies to so that they'll be incentivized. It doesn't do that. What it does is it only incentivizes them if there is a viable alternative. But the problem isn't just that they're not doing it. The problem is that they don't have one right now that's
Right.
viable, meaning it doesn't support their infrastructure. So then we end up taxing ourselves.
Yeah,
and everything goes up, and you're just like, what are we doing? We're all gonna die.
Right.
No,
yeah.
I'm not a fear monger, but it is kind of scary. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a lot, and I'm definitely
we're feeling it, man.
it's my loans could be forgiven next year, so that is also kind
Are they still trying to do that?
Yeah. Yep.
How do you get into forgiveness? What does that mean? Is it only for people who are in a certain bracket?
So forgiveness comes after you've paid
You took that one version.
public service loan forgiveness. So I teach at a public school, and I've worked at several social work agencies. So this is still public school, and so was Miami, and so was MKU. And Lighthouse was a nonprofit. And you pay income-based repayment plan is 10% of your salary after you're giving living expenses. So like say you get this much for a family of 6, then that 10% of whatever's left is what I pay. And it was like 400, then I had another kid 300, then 200, then 100. Now it is back at 0. And that
because
is
you have enough balance that you're literally paying nothing for it now. I see. And then what? You just have
and
to
the
wait
time
several
counts.
years?
The end of next year will be this is my 9th year. Next year is my 10th, and then it's forgiven.
So that's a birthing incentive. Is that what you just said? You said
In a way, it is because they give you money for your kids.
And then because it brings down to 0. That's a big deal if you took money for a loan and then you don't have to pay interest, and then eventually they forgive you. Then it's just a matter of waiting. Hoping
Right.
that nothing changes.
Right? Yeah, and nothing has changed. Oh yeah, you were going to do a group. Yeah, yay.
Just us. You had to recruit. That's okay.
I was going to send you some of those. Not you. I was looking up so if you go search for it, it's called the PSLF. It's Public Service Loan Forgiveness. So this is what I'm.
That's like a 20-year commitment, though, or something, right?
10-year
120
payments in a row.
And then but you also, because I'm trying to think of the utility for someone like me, because you can do that, but if you let's just say you take that loan and you don't pay crap and you just wait for 10 years, the problem is it destroys your credit, right? Because you have to make payments. So the reason they have that incentive is because unless you have your situation where you stack this up to get to 0, then you're going to pay a fair amount in just fees alone, and some of that
You could, yeah, 10% if you're like a lone individual making 75 to 95,000 a year. Say they give you 24,000 to live off of. They take that 24 away from your 75 to 95. Say it's 50, you got to pay 10% of that. So that's $5,000 divided by 12 months is probably $450 a month. That's what I was at before.
So I'm trying to figure out why it's viable for them to even offer this, because usually it's never that they're charities. It's because because on average they make money. Otherwise they wouldn't offer it.
Right. That has been the confusing part, and why every friend I have swears it's going to go away and I'm not going to get forgiven. Like my hardcore Dave Ramsey guys, like, don't do it, dude. The government's not going to give you forgiveness. They're going to fuck you.
I mean, the one rule of thumb I have, not to say that this is applicable to your situation because there's so many details I don't know, but the one rule of thumb I have learned that's pretty constant in all of life, which makes sense economically. I mean, it doesn't make sense any other way, right? Is that nothing is free.
Yes.
Anything offered to you is not only going to cost you, but it's most likely going to cost you more than the thing they give you.
Right.
Because otherwise, why would they do it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, and it's like you think, oh well, it's like insurances. The majority of the people default. It's like, no, that's not enough. Trust me, if they were relying on that, then they would have to accept a business model that maybe if everyone does it right, they lose money. It's like, trust me, when they wrote that model, they were like, what's a good way to get money from people?
I hate insurance. Whoever came up with that, I'm jealous of them.
It's gross.
Because I wish I thought about that, because that's the biggest scam.
Because you have insurance, right?
Well, credit companies too. All of it. It's a entire idea of like, hey, I'll leverage your future now for you. Leverage your future now for me, and then I'll make your life easier now. It's like, well, yeah, because you're gonna get more money in the long run.
But also, I don't know, insurance, it tips me the wrong way, because you're paying so much into insurance, and then once you actually need it, there's this limitations
Yeah, well, that's
coming out of nowhere. And it's just so frustrating.
They said that's when it got really bad, because like originally it's a good notion. We all pay into a lottery,
Yeah.
so that maybe so most of us live our lives without having an issue, great, and you only have to pay a minimal amount. This is what the original idea. And then, but if you're the one that draws the wrong ticket, something horrible happens in your life that you couldn't prevent, then you don't have to go bankrupt for it, right?
Exactly.
But then you get the guys who are like, well now we're gonna prevent 90% of any possibility of you getting money back.
Because if it works the way it's supposed to, like they're going to cover you in time of need, then okay, like it's expensive, but at least you know they're gonna cover you fully.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is when they start pulling out all of this. Oh, you have to meet a deductible.
And like, oh, you would have done this, but now it's your third child in the second semester. Oh, you had a baby in July, so actually we don't cover it.
Right.
We don't cover July, baby. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Frustrating.
Yeah.
My
No,
little
it's
sister
definitely-
got in a car accident this summer, and like we did so much run around because the person who hit her was uninsured.
Ooh,
Yeah, uninsured, and
that's weird.
they were driving without a license.
Hmm.
So first of all, that person got a ticket and they had to go to court and everything. But now the insurance, like, because we don't have the full coverage, but we had the accident, like if someone hit you, uninsured driver. But for some weird reason, they just made it all up and we weren't able to get anything from her.
So how much was the car to fix then? How much?
We weren't able to fix it. It was like.
How much did you lose then on it?
A lot. I
The whole
don't
cost of
know.
it,
Yeah.
Man.
Because we didn't even lose it because just what happened to the car, it had gotten towed to whatever. So we were open to get insurance. You know, insurance can cover all of that. And so it was at the towing place for over a month
Yeah, and
because
that's
we're
ridiculous.
doing all this back and forth, and they end up not even covering it. So we had to go pay out of pocket. My dad paid like $1,200 or something.
Yeah,
to get the
those
car
are another
back.
scam too. I mean, it's one thing for them to, I get why they charge so much for a tow because the gas is crazy expensive as well maintenance, but a couple $100 a day for a car to sit in a towing thing is way too much.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
way too much money. They towed my scooter once just for the sake of bitching about something. They towed my scooter, right? Someone stole my scooter from my house, broke into, like busted the chain off of it, drove it around, left it downtown, it got towed, right? So I got victimized, I literally got robbed. Right, and then when I told, I was like, hey, someone stole this, like, is there something we do with this? Like, how, if someone breaks into my house, steals my car, crashes it downtown, I'm liable for that?
That is
It's like, that doesn't make any sense, but technically I am, right? So they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost $500, it's been here for 4 days, $500 for the scooter. It was a scooter next to in their property, and I was like, you do realize that's like $100 less than I paid for it. And I was like, why would I buy it? It's broken. They freaked it, which they blew out the exhaust to try to make it go faster. So they destroyed it. They ripped the whole key lock out to make it work, like to make the key. I mean, they rigged it because they stole it. They like basically jammed the screwdriver in it to start the key thing, and they freaked it. So it was a piece of crap at this point. It barely worked, right? And they were like, "Oh, you got to pay $560," and I was like, "No." I was like, "You guys just keep it." And they're like, "That's not how it works. We'll take it to court." And I was like, so you're telling me I just got robbed? They took my car, and now I owe the price of the freaking scooter that is garbage because you guys put it next to your trailer. It took up this much room.
So
No,
they took
obviously
your
they
car
didn't.
and your scooter? Or
They
just-
took my scooter. No, this is just my scooter. I'm just saying they were charging me $125 a day for a scooter to sit next to the trailer in their massive lot. And I came in there and I was like, wait a second. I was like, you guys do realize that I didn't go on a joyride and leave my thing. Someone robbed me.
Right.
They were like, yeah, I know, but that's we didn't do that. And I was like, I know, but neither did I.
Was it registered to you? Like, did you have a plate on
Of
it?
course, yeah. It was a street legal one. It was a street legal scooter. It was the lowest you can get. It only did like 45 miles an hour, but it was still street legal. It was all registered to it. Yeah, someone just busted into my house, like on my backyard actually, and took it. That's one of the reasons I left Portland, because I got that and my car stolen twice.
That
Like
is a
in a
lot.
week, twice in 1 week.
Wow.
I got it stolen, and I didn't just get it stolen from I didn't get it stolen from downtown. I got it stolen from the hospital work garage. So in our things that have the underground garages to like park your cars, someone went in there and stole it even. I was like, and there's cameras everywhere in there. Portland got really bad before I left.
So this is PSLF if you do student loans. I don't know if you do them.
I do.
And I am behind because now it's saying May of 2027. I have to certify several payments. If I did, yeah.
Dang, that's your balance?
Yeah, you got a
That's not it. That's if you go back, it was more.
It was more?
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby, what?
Yeah, I mean, you got a master's, right? And you had a bachelor's stuff. You used loans for it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's-
you took a minute to graduate, right?
Yeah.
Remember you telling me that?
Yes.
You ended up paying more than you should have, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely.
And it incurs what? How much per month? A couple $100 per month in
Yeah, the interest alone is $57,000, so that's quite a bit.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is so criminal. It's like almost half the cost, right? of
Right.
That's wild to think about. Oh my goodness.
there's the
We're
total,
just murdering our
309.
kids' futures.
I got 309.
That you still have to pay.
Right, if it's not forgiven, yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
for the interest a month on that alone has got to be like almost $1,000, right? And how much is that? Mine's only 35, and I only owe like
And
10.
the
Right.
school did not, none of your workplace offered to pay back.
If you work for them and it's a nonprofit or it's public, you do get the forgiveness. And so what you do is apply for IDR. It used to be income-based repayment plan. And that's where the mathematical formula is. You get enough to live off of. If you got a wife or kids, that I bet now instead of 24,000 a year, I get like 30 or 40 or 50. And then I pay 10% of whatever I make over that, which is, I think my adjusted gross comes out to like 65,000 a year. And then my payment is still zero. It says pay on the servicer's website. So if I log in here,
Oh, so you don't have to worry about, I just realized why you didn't answer that, because you don't worry about monthly accrual. They get 10% of your pay. That's why. Okay, I just realized that. Because my accrual, I only owe 10 grand, right? And it's for different. I didn't use it for much for school. It's because I bought a car with it. I didn't have any way to transport myself here at the beginning. But, and I'm still getting $35 a month.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's only on 6,000 of it, because the other one's subsidized. So it's like, I'm like $35 on 6,000. I can't imagine if you owed 40 grand. What is that? That's got to be like $500-600 a month in just interest.
right.
That's
Well-
insane.
Should I
Here-
start paying
here
off
it
my
is.
interest now?
Yeah, probably. Once it, well, what on the unsubsidized ones for sure, start paying that now. Like just because you're racking up more. So every day it accrues that percentage. Every single day.
Okay.
It's not monthly, it's daily. So basically, what the good news about that is that you're not really incentivized to do monthly. You can pay every 6 months if you want, but every day that extra dollar comes on, it adds to the
Yeah,
percentage
because
that they
it's
put.
compounded.
It's like rolling over. I've been like kicking out $200 a month, which is if I only have the 35. That's the interest. So I'm paying off 150 or so each month because I want to get at least that $6,000 paid off in the next 2 years, so that when I do hit, I only have the other 4 that's going to hit me. But I mean, I wish there was. If you know anybody really wealthy, you might be able to make a deal. I did my first college experience. I had $3,000 that I got, and I ended up not dropping out. And a friend of mine was very wealthy, and I was like, "Hey man, so if it's going to take me 2 years to pay this off, and I'm going to pay them like $300 in the meantime." I said, "How about you give me $3,000 and I'll give you $100 in the next few months?" Right? And he basically was okay with that. I just paid him off really quick.
So they did sign it a month ago, but now I'm still missing since March. So you have to certify it every year. And so like instead of 19 months now would say you subtract those 7, I have 12 months left to forgiveness.
Have they forgiven anything at all?
No. There's the dashboard. So it's 250 borrowed, 58,000 in interest, 57,800. So that's the principal. That's the interest.
Jeez, Lord. It's okay. Should I still do my thing or just do it a different day?
You can do it. Yeah, we got
Oh no,
plenty of time.
do it now.
Yeah. I'll be a
We're getting to the point where how many more still have to go? I mean, class gonna end before we get everyone doing it.
I know.
I'll send it to you.
If you want, or you can plug your computer into this.
Yeah, I can plug it
If you have those type of things.
in. Ooh,
Is it called
You gotta have that.
this?
You gotta have
HDMI.
Yeah.
You do.
Of course you do.
A lot of the minis don't have them anymore. You notice that?
The what?
Like
Oh,
the,
they expect you to use the mini.
I guess so. Like some of them only have this connection.
Oh, yeah.
So
I have that too.
yeah, well, they're just getting cheaper. Everything's getting cheaper. Oops.
Am I
Sorry.
sitting at your desk?
You can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. you
I
would be
feel-
in charge. You could, or if it's easier over there, you could go.
Yeah, I'll probably. Oh, but that's your class. That's okay.
That is anyone who would miss. They're trying to do away with our online classes though, so you gotta watch out. Do you guys like? I know you don't like online. Do you like it?
I don't like online classes that is self-directed. I don't like it.
Oh,
Especially for classes that, like, I have a chemistry online class right
so
now.
much more work.
I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it so much.
It's so much more work.
Well, not to
Okay.
mention the compressed ones, they give you extra work on purpose. It's just so much work.
Yeah, they
They're
do.
like, hey, I don't want to teach you, so let's do extra work, and then I'll just know that maybe you learned something. Have you
Right.
recreate everything over and over again for no reason, just because it's busy work.
Okay, don't mind my times, but okay. Hey guys, I'm your facilitator. My name is Increase Ideji, and this is my leading the group assignment. For my group, the main idea we're focusing on substance abuse, and like especially for a demographic of like young adults, college students. The reason why I decided to do this is because I want to be a substance abuse social worker, like deal with people that are coming off addiction and stuff. And also, I don't know, I feel like everywhere I go, like this past year, is talking about addiction, alcohol abuse. Right now, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm in a research thing where we're talking about alcohol use and marijuana use with college students, and everything just boils down to like it's just so normalized.
And you're a pharmacy tech.
Yeah, I'm a pharmacy tech, so I kind of understand a little bit of the pipeline from like medication to like dependency, and it's like yeah. So I think that's the reason why I picked this topic. For this week, it's week 5, so we're doing stress management and emotional regulation. Group objective is to identify personal sources of stress and emotional triggers, explore our stress and emotions, influence substance abuse, practice healthier coping strategies, and self-regulation skills. Okay, for my icebreaker, rate your level of stress from 1 to 10. Share one word describing how you're currently feeling, and we can discuss group patterns and cultural influences on stress. You can do that, but okay, icebreaker, sorry. You want to start?
I'm definitely, right now it's probably the boat. I don't experience a lot of stress, but because I have a different relationship with it, but I do, out of all the times, the last week or so have been pretty good. So I'd say I'm probably at like a 4.
Okay, that's good.
And that's for me, that's not. I'm usually at a 0. So
Oh, that's good.
I'm usually at a 0. So 4 is because this feature class is just a lot of busy work, and my bills are stacking up, and I'm realizing I got to work an extra day, which one extra day I work 12-hour shifts, so a whole day is like means no study time whatsoever. So I'm in that middle ground, like, do I work and just get worse grades?
Yeah.
Do I put out crap? Do I find a way to balance that? So no, I'm probably just gonna have to, barf out as much as I can when it comes to these classes.
Definitely. All right, and how are you feeling right now? I should have brought my
I'm feeling hopeful.
Hopeful. Good. That's good. I should have brought my printed. I wanted to print it out from the girls' circle. It was like a bunch of fill-in words on there. I should have printed that out. From what I gathered, you said you're being stressed because of classes and work right now. Okay, I'm gonna just do that for the patterns and culture influences on stress. Go ahead with you, Dr. Chow.
I am actually probably the highest I've been on stress this semester, just because so many things come due, so many things. They talk about like a tipping point with finances and everything, and I'm noticing it everywhere. And I know it's not just me, but I'm feeling the burn. So there is that. It's distracting too, which I hate. Like I wish I could be more on point and like clear and focused and stay with my kids 20, 30 hours a week, but instead I'm working 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah. That's definitely overwhelming. Um, one word to describe your current state. Not stressed,
Right. Maybe overwhelmed.
overwhelmed.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I mean, well, that's not good, but that's good. For me, stress level from 1 to 10, probably I sit at a 6 or 7, like just regular. I don't know why. I can't tell people why I'm stressed, but I always feel stressed. Um, and the word I'm feeling right now is a little anxious and nervous because I'm doing this. Okay, next part two. It's group discussion. What are your biggest sources? Because this is typically for college students. You're the only college students I have. So I'm gonna have you talk about your work. For me, the biggest source of stress for me as a college student is balancing work, social, and academic life. Just trying to find that balance. And also, I'm in my head a lot, so I'm overthinking everything. And once I start overthinking, like some people overthink and they just do things, I overthink and I shut down. So I just don't do anything. So that's where I kind of am right now. I'm gonna go through and answer these questions, and then I'll turn it over to whoever's next. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, and then when you feel overwhelmed, what do you typically do to cope? I listen to music, talk it out, and I feel like this is like just this type of questions I've been consistent with other people's groups, and I feel like I've talked about it more. But I think it's really good to emphasize on coping mechanisms. So I talk about it with people. I listen to music, try to ground myself, and I'm trying to do the writing and journal thing. So that's going pretty good right now. I'll just stress connect to. So hello.
Join us.
Yay.
I'll just stress connect to your use of substance abuse or risky behaviors. I don't abuse substances, but I definitely do like some. It's risky behavior, but not. It's not risky behavior. It's just like not doing my work, like letting go of myself, if that makes sense. So it just makes me stay in the dumps longer. Okay, I'm gonna just do 3 questions. You can go ahead.
Biggest source of stress in college,
Mhm.
probably the inconsistency.
Makes sense.
It's just so inconsistent. There's just so many different. One thing that I can't stand more than anything is when I have to do work that's outside of my education that could have been and should have been done by the people I'm paying thousands of dollars to do.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like you mentioned the organization. It's like I shouldn't have to work hard at just understanding how to start.
Yeah.
And I get that that's part of it, but it shouldn't be. I see some of it happening just because of just a blasé, lazy attitude of just like I'm not even gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one thing if there's less workload, but some of these courses I have, it's just like obviously this is generating a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, all right, so I can do all the work. When I feel overwhelmed, what do I typically do to cope? I play music. I do art.
That's good.
I talk with family and friends, and I strategize. I create schedules. I journal about it. I use myself as a board, a little tiny notebook that reflects on my subconscious. How does stress connect to my use of substance use? So I don't abuse either. I don't drink or do anything, but I do tend to want to bite my nails. Right, that'd be equivalent. I get anxious, and then I want to dive into things that are good in my life a little too much. Meaning, like I might lean on people that I'm infatuated with and exacerbate it a little. Go and like dance a little. You know what I mean? Again, these aren't bad things, so they're a passive coping skill at least. But it's a way of distracting myself more than anything.
Yeah, that's good.
It's harder, man.
Are you Zaki? So we're just talking about this group. It's for college students. It's like a group for college students that struggle with substance abuse. We did the icebreaker. We talked about stress. So if you just want to do a quick 1-2 for the number 1 and 2, rate your stress level from 1 to 10, and share one describing word about your current feeling. I'm gonna have you go do that real quick for me, please.
Okay, you said the first one is my stress level,
Yeah, 1 to 10, 1 through 10.
like right now.
Yeah,
I'd say 6.
a 6. All right, and share one word describing how you're feeling right now.
I'm out of breath right now.
Out of breath. No, because the elevator was broken. Like, why
Oh,
is
is
it
it
broken?
broken?
Yeah, it said
Dang
out of
it.
order. Okay. I'm gonna have you go ahead and do part 2 as well. What are your biggest sources of stress as a college student?
Um, I don't know. I would say schoolwork. But not really homework. I would say probably tests. and
Tests.
exams.
Oh, got you.
Money
just
or
a-
food? Does that come up anymore? Money or food for you guys?
Yeah.
Money.
Food or money?
Money and food is cool. My money for sure.
Did you register?
Yeah.
For classes? I didn't, yeah. I gotta
Okay.
I gotta
Yeah,
get
okay,
a
now, hey, hey,
I gotta get
apologize
a
later, right?
zero
Do
balance.
first, apologize later.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh man, weird.
Yep,
It's so annoying. Like,
I
why do you have to do a zero balance? Like,
I know.
They're just desperate, that's it.
They are.
They're desperate to fill that money, because the only thing is that some things hit, as long as they can stay with that, you know, like, we
Mhm.
They don't
get money
budget
back,
right.
we're gonna
Yeah,
get.
They
they
don't.
can't budget. Are you all the same graduation year?
No, I'm 27.
I'm 27.
Oh yeah, we are.
You're all
I
We're all
didn't know
freshmen
that.
the same, yeah, spring 27.
Oh yeah, 27. I don't know what's going on,
So
but
I'll be there.
I generally
Yeah,
run in the morning to prevent stress, and it got cold on being a lightweight, so I'm going home to the treadmill. So
that's good. Wait, did I ask you all your questions? Okay, when you feel stressed or overwhelmed, how do you typically cope with that? Like, what do you do?
I'd say listen to music. I do read books. Like reading books and stuff.
Oh, so self-help books and
Yeah.
things like that. That's good. I need to get into that. And how does your stress connect to your? If you use substances, if you feel comfortable talking about that, go ahead. Or risky behaviors, and it doesn't have to be like crazy. It's just like things that are not positive, if that makes sense. So
Things I
how
do
does,
for the most part.
yeah, like how does your stress manifest in like risky behaviors or bad behaviors or habits? I don't know. Sorry,
And distractions.
that.
You like to distract yourself, you scroll,
Yeah.
we watch TV, we get on reality shows, video games. Go hang out with friends and just gab.
I think I like them sometimes. What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes if I have stuff to do, I procrastinate. Or or sometimes I like if I around people, I would like zone out. I would be like, I don't know, my attitude with these things. So,
Good, that
I don't
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah.
So you dissociate and then like you're just not there, not contributing. That makes sense. Okay, Dr. Carol, over to you. What is your biggest source of stress as a college professor? When you feel overwhelmed, what do you do? I know you ran. And how does the stress connect to substance or risky behaviors? And you could talk about your past too.
So being at a college that does pay 10% below the average of all Ohio colleges, that is kind of a bit of a source of stress because I have other jobs. I see about 8 or 9 clients in a private practice, and then I do hospice on the weekends. So it kind of covers it. It also doesn't all the way cover it, so I feel like I'm sometimes robbing Peter to pay Paul. In the past, I would definitely just drink or smoke over it, and I've quit that behavior since. So I've kind of replaced it with running, but more negative behaviors would probably even be clearance rack, retail therapy, where like it might just be like $1 here, $1 there, something stupid, but those, and then maybe caffeine, substance use. So I use a lot of caffeine to do as much as I do.
All right. We're gonna skip the table. Or would you guys want to do the table? I wish I had this printed out.
We can do a table.
Okay.
We all have devices.
Okay. So situation, feeling, thoughts, action, and alternative action. I can give you a situation, and then if you guys want to talk about your feelings, the thought process, action, and alternative action. Since this is not an actual substance abuse group, we're gonna just use college life and like just everyday stressors. For situation, let's say you have a paper that's like a 10-page paper due on the weekend, and okay, it's Monday. You just got this assignment, which is not typical, but you have this 10-page paper due on Saturday night, 11:59. You already have a busy week because you have work, you have schoolwork, you have actual job work, and then for some reason, I'm gonna put more your own life is not that great. And for a lot of college students, we live on campus, and for some reason, you have to go home for the weekend. What is the first, like, how would you describe your feeling? Put yourself in the situation. How would you describe the feeling that, like, all these realizations? Talk about your feelings, your thoughts, and probably a plan of action on how you prioritize your work with this entire situation. Who wants to go first?
What are you talking? You say make one up,
I just gave you one made up situation.
and remind me it again. You said it's the
You-
lot of stuff's happening.
So you have a 10-page paper due on
So papers
Saturday,
due.
11:59.
Yeah.
You already have work and other responsibilities, just your regular
So full
everyday
schedule
week.
already with the paper due.
Yeah, and you just found out about this paper, and then you find out. Well, let's say you live on campus and you have to go home because for some reason, like something happened at home, and you have to travel home by the
It's
weekend.
like grandma's sick.
Yeah, and you have to travel home. Talk about your feelings, your thoughts, action. And when I say action, I mean like plan of action. How do you prioritize your week and like yourself? And we can do alternative actions if you have more than one plan of action.
So the feelings would be, obviously it's a cliche word that we've been using, but overwhelmed and it full. I guess you could say, if you want to look at it in a positive way, it's full, and it's kind of amazing that we have the opportunities in life to be so full.
That's good.
I would say thoughts would be, the way I'd work is very pragmatic, so it would just be immediate management mode. And I would say, well, first of all, my schedule of working and obligations that are already there are permanent. They're fixed. There's nothing that can change about them.
Okay.
So I'd have to organize things around that schedule.
Mhm.
The term paper, I would break into pieces and say, how much can I get done? Hopefully, I already had it started, but let's assume I just found out I was doing, I was procrastinating. I would break it into parts as minimal as possible, and I would decide on how much time I had left for that,
Mhm.
and take either know that I can get it done or take a lower grade because that's
Okay.
second to my work. And then my actions would be obviously to do what I just said, as I would plan it out for the week, and I would map out my whole week, and then obviously the other fixed thing would be, you seem to have presented the weekend thing as being something I had to do. So
Yeah.
that's kind of fixed too, right?
Yeah.
So I'd probably bring my work with me and keep studying and working while at home and on the way to home kind of thing. That would be how I, alternative action. So that'd be how I deal with it.
If you have other course of action,
I would pay
out
someone to do it all for me.
there. You know what? Hell yeah.
There's the alternative. That's really the only alternative. I call someone and go, I need a life coach, organize this for me and tell me what to do next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? That's real. Okay, Zakia.
You said you got a time number that they do on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'd say,
And you already have your regular school schedule, and like let's say you have your work, and you have to go home the weekend because something came up, and you have to go home.
I'd probably be stressful,
Yeah.
angry, all types of emotions.
Mhm.
But I would say, for me personally, either way, it doesn't get done. So I don't know. I feel like I would either stay up
Mhm.
one night, get the paper done, or if I really, really can't do it, I'd say I'd probably talk to the teacher and let them know.
Okay. That's good. All right, and how would you deal with the own life stress? I guess I wanted to talk about that. So, like, how do you show up for your people? I meant to ask that for you too. How do you show up for your people if you have to be there? Like something just happened, and you have all these things going on, but you still have to show up for your people. You know, what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge while you're there?
I guess just being there. I think I'm
Okay. I'll go and then I'll tweak the situation for you.
Okay.
For me, if I have a busy week like that, unfortunately, my school comes first. So I'm calling out of work any day I can. I'm gonna call out of work. And the feelings is definitely overwhelmed, irritated, especially if you just give me this paper and you expect it to be done by certain day. Like you're not my only teacher. I'll probably be mad at the teacher. Um, uh, thoughts. I get overwhelmed and I start overthinking. So it's probably like, bro, like I gotta do this, I gotta do it. And I might just like stay away from that feeling after like I ponder on it for maybe a day. Um, I tend to procrastinate, so knowing me, I'll probably not start the work until Friday. Even though it's a 10-page paper, I will do what you said. Probably just stay up, like do an all nighter and just get it done. One day of that week, and I need to prioritize my sleep more, but I don't really care to sleep that much anyways. So I'll probably do some caffeine, drink some like Red Bull, something, coffee, everything, just to get my energy up for after my all nighter. And how would I show up for my family? I feel like for me, family is so important that even though I have other things going on, I try not to let it show when I'm around family, if I can help it. So I'll probably just still be my regular self, however I can, but I also need to understand my limits. So once I start getting there and I feel just agitated for no reason, I'm gonna distance myself away from people. But yeah, alternative actions. Probably do what you said. Pay someone to do that paper. Pay someone to do that paper. Actually go to work, and just do my everyday week thing. I feel like the biggest thing will be that paper coming off. Just that paper. So if someone else got it, and then I can just function like regular with the other stuff. For your situation, we're still looking at. Let's say you have a research paper. Those are really long, and I'm gonna do your timeline as maybe a month, and it's coming to the end of it. You're supposed to be working with a partner, but for some reason they can't finish it up with you, and now all the rest of the work is on you. Your due date is coming up. You have a lot going on with work, and you work multiple jobs. Um, God forbid, let's say one of your kid had to go and to like maybe they're feeling sick and they had to go to the doctor on the weekend, and maybe it's an overnight stay or something. Describe your feelings, thoughts, action, and alternative action for that situation.
Yeah, it's definitely I would feel anxious and overwhelmed, and it's something that does happen a lot too. And so what I have done um, is like helped out and shown up to the hospital. What I also have done that kind of cancels, say, a client, so if we miss some money. Before Senate Bill 1, like that passed on June 30th, we have to be productive even if we have tenure or not. We have to publish a lot, but I would probably just like stop publishing and doing research. But now we definitely do have to keep our job. So I have to find a way to balance between the two. I have done some like all-nighters and things of that nature, but the older you get, the harder that is. So it's just like, it does come up though, and I cancel and like, you go into more debt. So they say that's kind of the thing that takes the suffering. A lot of Americans go into more debt, don't see that extra client or extra work. And so I don't know if that answered half of this.
It's okay. How do you show up for your family? Let's say like all of this is happening and suddenly it's the end of the month and like one of your kid had to go to the hospital or something like that. How do you show up for your family? with all this
It
going
has
on?
happened. I have gone to the hospital. Like I've just canceled the clients and
Mhm.
gone. So kind of why they recommend you do build some part of the savings so that you can just tax the job. And everybody's gotten margin thin stuff nowadays to be able to do that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. And part 4 of this is skill practice. So we're going to do grounding techniques. It's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coping skill. I'm just gonna read it out to you. Outside of even substance abuse or anything, I have heard a lot about the grounding techniques, and you use your senses. So let's say you're walking to class, you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever. You're walking and like you have a big test deciding because we're not talking about craving. We're just gonna go with stress for this. Recommendations. The grounding technique is name 5 things you can see. So just oh, I see the trees, the leaves are falling, I see grass, I see a squirrel running away with whatever. I see students walking to class. Like be in the now and here, like when you're walking to class or whatever. 4 things you can touch. You can feel your palms maybe rubbing together. I don't know, maybe touch grass. Just I can't think of 4 things I can touch. Maybe your hair.
They
Your
talk
clothes,
Yeah.
the table, the surface you're on the
Mhm.
ground.
like the seatbelt. They say feel the thread on your seatbelt.
Mm.
Hold your hand out, feel the wind on your hand.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just
Humidity.
good.
It's mindfulness practice.
Yeah, and then also, then we do 3 things you can hear. I feel like for me, I just try to like quiet out my environment and then listen to the environment, like tune it out and then introduce sounds. Like it's quiet. I hear maybe a bird tweeting from a distance. I hear ruffles. I hear footsteps or whatever of people walking around. That's really good. And then things you can smell. This campus smells like crap. So, for me, I have perfume on all the time, and it calms me down. I put perfume in like right here, so I can just go like that, and like I'm just like, oh, I smell good. Like I love that for me. So that will probably be one thing I can, one of the things I can smell, and then name one thing you can taste. I typically have something minty. So, what would you think about like one thing you can taste if you're trying to ground yourself? I don't know.
Well, if it's just thinking, it can be just something you enjoy. If it's just
That's
thinking about it, not
true.
actually physically tasting it.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, one of the other coping mechanism that was not even on this is since I learned this in yoga, when I get stressed, I try to do the box breathing thing, like inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. And I do that like maybe 3, 4 times just to like calm myself down and like just be back to reality. And I just feel a little bit better. Um, okay, reflection and closing. For me, I really wanted when I was looking at this, I was thinking about something you can do by yourself or like take out with you. Um, if there was paper and pen, I would definitely say like when I feel overwhelmed, I can remind myself that. So we're gonna do. There's 3 of you, so who wants to do the first one? When I feel overwhelmed, I remind myself that.
When I feel overwhelmed, I remind myself that I'm awesome and talented.
That's good. Um, healthy coping looks like what for who wants to finish that?
I would say it look like maybe positive stuff, stuff that make you feel at peace, make you feel calm.
You want to give me an example? Meditation. Okay. And Dr. Trout, one stress strategy I want to try this week is
I do like the mindfulness idea and trying to do things that would otherwise annoy me and slow it down. Like I feel I want to rush myself, but like just allow myself to be present with the kids and the stuff that they do, the mess they make and things that I want to be annoyed with. But like this is how they learn. So like just being present with the chaos.
That's good. All right, and group closing circle. I understand that this is repetitive. The emotional and stress management is one of the common thing within the groups, and I feel like that's what most of us talked about, like the week we focused on, because that's transferable to other things. So I'm gonna have each member share one word or phrase that represents how they're leaving today's session. I can go ahead. I feel a lot less anxious and I actually feel good about leading. I was a little nervous starting this, so I feel good leaving today. What about you? One word or phrase that represents how you feel leaving today's session.
Slightly more organized.
Slightly more organized. Okay, go ahead.
I feel, what's the word? I feel educated, listening to everybody, reasons and coping methods and stuff.
All right. All right. How about you?
Right now, I'm getting like constant emails about removing holds, having all these holds removed, and like I want to just try to be present with it because it's a stressful time for everybody. And I'm again just try to be both here and at home with the family, so you find yourself pulled multiple ways to simplify it down if I can, less electronic contact, but at the same time, that does help solve a lot of the communications because that's how I can remove holds for people. Like if they send the ID number or whatever it is.
That's it. All right. Thank you guys for coming to my group and being willing participants. That's it from me, y'all. Bye. You're welcome. Oh, sorry. Do you want this plugged into anything?
I can play it here.
And right on time, 2:04.
I know, yeah. What all classes do you guys have next? Are you registering?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, so all week is cancellation.
Do they cancel a lot?
Decent amount.
Okay.
I mean, like, not like a lot, but like a decent amount. It's been like close to 1/4 of all classes, like my class stuff.
Really?
Not for all my classes, though, just one of them.
My teachers don't cancel classes this semester. I mean-
So Ellie had one cancel with your Miss Smith. We've had like, this will be our third cancel or fourth.
Some teachers just cancel quite often.
I mean, we're doing something still. We're working on a speech, but
I know like Nikita Jackson, she cancels every Friday, but it's not like she texts you to cancel. It's just no.
oh, she's never here. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. She has the hybrid. She that's
On
how,
Fridays.
yeah, Fridays is her online course technically.
Oh,
It's
right.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's just basically like you just do keep working,
Yeah.
which I appreciate because next semester I can't come every other Friday. I refuse to change that about my work. I'm enjoying the stuff they're making me do on Fridays and Saturdays. So
That's good that you enjoy your work.
I love my work.
I don't think I love my work, but I can't lie. Anytime I have a bad day, even here, once I get to work, it gets a little bit better.
You have 60 hours done, right?
Of what?
School year.
Oh yeah.
So you also qualify for your license.
I do?
Yeah.
Your addiction counseling license. You just gotta
Yes.
take it. We can both do it.
CDCA.
I'm doing this the honors project.
Yes. Because when I heard you say I want to do addictions, I'm like, well, you qualify.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's what's cool is it's not a test you have to take. You literally they give you the book They give you the questions, you do it on your own time, and then you submit it.
Oh,
Like,
that's
they don't even
good.
care if you like sit there
What's
and
your
pull it right
email?
from the thing.
IAYO.
If you get it done before his course is over too, you can use it as an honors project
That's
if
it.
you want.
Mhm. Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna do that.
CDCA. Yeah,
Sure, he'll
because
submit it to you. If we submit that and get that certified, he said he'd count it as an honors project. If we show it to him.
are you both honors too? That would be
Yeah.
funnier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Is it
am.
okay to do it? I mean,
That's
it's a good have to
fine.
if you
I
want
no, I
to.
love that because I've always said I like it to be utility, something you can use. I hate busy
Yeah.
work. I want it to
That's
be.
good.
And also,
You know-
you'll still have an entire questionnaire and a pass certificate with it. So that's an assignment. That's
Right.
It's a pretty hefty one, actually.
Oh,
I'm at 80 weeks. I mean, at the end of the semester, I'll be at 80 credit hours.
That so
I'm
as long as you have
close to that.
60 and you finish these two things, well, it's
Mhm.
one thing I'm saying is one's the study guide, the other's the answer key. Let's see if it works.
They don't care. It's not even something he's given. Like this is like offered. They just want you to write it in your own words and do that work. Because how many questions are there?
It is.
a lot.
Gosh,
Just-
is it in this book that I sent to you?
I think so. Just filling it out is good. You're going to learn what you need to learn. Like literally, that's why they're like not worried about testing you in the room. So it's like if you fill this whole thing out, you're going to know how to do it. You're gonna.
Okay, yeah. So the professional standards, that would be one. The 40-hour CDCA program, concerned with the welfare of the client. So yeah, they just want to see that you know what's in this other book.
Yeah. It's
But
really
if
just
you want, like,
confirmation.
The book they send you, did you try to call that yet, or is it like a number?
No, I'm going to do that, and I'm still catching up on our other assignments. But that's my next. That's
I
part of
wonder
this
if they
week.
have a website. Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah.
Wise Communications, CDCA. Maybe that would do it. Wise Communications, CDCA.
I don't know. Talking about like what I want to do a lot this weekend. I wasn't sure. I kept saying, "Oh, I want to do clinical social work," but I think I really want to do substance abuse. And from the lady that spoke at the Cincinnati thing, she said she worked at the VA. I'm gonna look into that.
Was that Dr. Ebony Speaks?
No, was it Ebony?
Yeah, you know you can do all that, right? Right after you get your bachelor's, take your counseling exam with me. Become a counselor.
Mhm.
I mean, that's literally that. Like you'll get to do anything that you're talking about with that, and you'll still get paid what you would get paid anyways with a bachelor's in social work. It's not until your master's that really anything like it's more significant. They're about the same cost. So you can do both. You can do that. You can do casework like he does on the side as a social worker and just pick up a certain amount each week, and then do counseling as your like main bulk of your job, where you're doing addiction counseling, working for VA, everything. AA, like different programs.
So was Wise.
This is random.
And Nikita does a course even that she does as a credit, counts as credits if you want to do it.
Which one?
It's a course to help prepare you for the test, the counseling test.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can take it. Remember we were talking about it? You can take it.
Wait, the counseling or the social work test?
Well, it's the same, right? It's when you pass that, you're a certified counselor. Or no, is it a different test? I thought it was the same thing.
Are you saying that the LSW you take your last semester of your senior year
Does
here?
that make you a counselor? Is it the counseling certificate different?
You have a license, and in the state of Ohio, you can counsel with that license.
I see. So she's not, because I'm trying to remember if she's offering,
The class helps you to pass that test. I feel like she
that
does.
test, but that she's not saying that, and there's another separate counseling certification that you can take that wouldn't matter at all.
In social work, you're getting that base one with your BSW.
Okay.
And then once you get MSW, you would qualify to get your independent license, which is to diagnose, assess, and treat people.
I see.
I
just know they have a counseling test too, that's just for counseling.
And that you do need an MA in counseling for.
Okay, so we're using that social work to be a counselor.
Right, yeah, it's the
Not-
same licensing board, so it is still the same training.
I see.
Social work just offers the undergraduate level of first licensure. CDCA offers even an associate's level licensure, and you still bill Medicaid and Medicare. Counseling only has a master's for whatever
Okay,
reason.
so basically I would, if I wanted to do, depending on how competitive it was financially, because I mean, it's like, I'm not sure what it compares to getting a master in social work. Like what the competitive rate is between a master's in counseling and a master's in social work.
They're the same.
They're about the same,
They're the same.
except one makes you more specialized in counseling if you're assuming you're only gonna do that anyways.
In a sense, yes and no. It's identical requirements for those licensures. So you get a master's, you have to have 3,000 hours of work after you get your master's, and you're supervised for 150 hours.
So what incentive, like if you get your master's in social work, is it things that a counseling master's can do that social work can't do?
Not really.
Not really, huh?
Unfortunately.
So I might as well just get my social work
Yes.
one and keep counseling.
I know
There's
this
things
is
that a
a
counselor can't do that a social worker can do. I know that is true, right? Like a master's in counseling is not gonna let you do certain things